Men of Reddit. What's the hardest thing to explain to women? Sometimes I'm not in an emotional or mental state to be ready for the bedroom. I need romance to get me there sometimes too. Yeah man, it can really F with the vibe if you're enjoying taking the time and she wants to just get in there. Both parties need to be ready for the next stage before they go there. When you ask me how my day was or what I did today, nothing in my day usually stands out as special, so I just don't remember. I usually don't remember what I do. I just live. Work gets put into a box as soon as I clock out. I then spend the time it takes to get home to flush my mind of it all so I am not angry or stressed about my day. I don't want to think about work until I clock back in the next morning. My day was the same and something funny or interesting may have happened, but I am not opening that box when I'm sitting at home staring into the neighbor's trees blowing in the wind. It's okay to just tell me where you want to eat. I'm seriously not checking you out every time you walk by in the office. I turn my head for damn near everything that enters my periphery. You're really not that special. This makes me so f***ing self-conscious in the gym. Every time someone walks past I look. Especially in the mirrors, and I always catch the eye of a girl probably thinking I'm checking her out. I really don't wanna be seen as that creepy guy making girls at the gym uncomfortable. It's literally the last thing I'm thinking about. I wonder how many girls thought I was checking them out on the basis that if I am sitting down in public I am generally scanning every direction possible with only moving my head. The concept of post-nut clarity. And the related power your BNER has over you. Men. Am I alone in knowing that you shouldn't text any woman if you're HNY king off? When we say we need time or space, that's exactly what we need. It's not code for you need to try harder. Had an ex who would keep pushing me to talk when I got angry about something. I just wanted some time to cool off before having a discussion about it. One of the reasons she's an ex. My wife now is fantastic. We understand each other, and when it's best to just shut up and let things settle. More often than not we realize the reason for getting grumpy in the first place is trivial and we get over it. We appreciate women making the first move. Making the first move feels like stepping on eggshells. Sometimes I'm just HNY. But, in a committed relationship, sometimes I look at you and I'm just so in love that I want to be as close and intimate with you as I can. Which is SX. My ex and I had different love languages. And she would worry that I don't love her as much as she loves me, which was just crazy because I was head over heels for her at all times. Trying to explain that really close. Lovey SX was one of the ways I showed her exactly how deeply I was in love with her. But she didn't get it. I don't always want to be the one that initiates SX. It makes me feel like a creep. It doesn't necessarily make me feel like a creep. But it makes me think the girl doesn't actually want SX most of the time. When a girl does ask for SX or initiates it in her own way, it makes it so much more fun for me and takes out a lot of the anxiety and stress that sometimes surrounds SX in a relationship, because it really does feel like a two-sided give and receive situation. I've tried so hard to explain this to my GF and previous girlfriends before. It's really hard to vocalize. They think I'm not interested since I don't want to initiate all the time. And that's really not the case. That sometimes we need personal space and it has nothing to do with our opinion of you. Definitely. When I first moved in with this girl, she wasn't working and I was. So, every day I would be up at 6 a.m. to go to work. And then back late on an evening to find her, her brother, her friends, all sitting around the living room and all wanting to talk to me. Like, sod off. I just got in from work. Can I have 5 minutes alone to just reset myself? Alone time is great and everyone should have at least 30 minutes of it daily. Yes, everyone, not only guys. Why I don't know what the F my best friend is up to in life even after hanging out with him all day. This will probably get lost amongst all the comments. I think it is hard to explain to my wife how much I love her and the kids. I feel like words are not enough and I work a lot, but I wish my feelings could just be transferred so she understands. The specifics of nod code. It's easy to say up if you know them, down if you don't, but the exact meaning of the downward nod is hard to translate. It's seeing them, acknowledging them, and saying that neither of us have any issue with each other. Raise your hand if you just nodded by yourself several times. Sometimes an erection just happens. We don't control the thing. It's a physical response that could literally be from nothing. I accidentally walked into a door the other day and I got rock hard. KY. That wanting to be alone is not the same thing as not wanting to spend time with them. When we say we don't care, we really don't care. Yes, we can have an opinion on something. But when we say we don't care, that means our opinion isn't strong enough to sway us either way on something. I learned to say, I don't have a preference. That always seems to come across better. When I say, I don't have a preference, my girlfriend tends to take it as me saying I don't like either option. And she'll scrap the plans entirely. I actually mean both options sound fine or even good. But I truly don't have a preference between them. How much compliments mean to us? It's a different type of happy when a guy gets complimented. Very often, we say something at its face value with no double meaning. Or alternative meaning behind it. It's women who ask me, "What did you mean when you said that?" I said, asked exactly what I meant. If wanted to state it differently, I would have done so. Some of us aren't always so articulate though. Oftentimes, I say something then realize way later that it could have come across wrong. Sometimes, this is me personally, so I can't say it's common. The struggle not to share emotions isn't as much the worry of backlash from society or friends, etc. It's more just a conflict within ourselves to verbalize and come out with it. I trust my friends with respecting how I feel. I just can't get it out because I'm fighting myself. Well, sometimes I want to express my feelings and the maximum thing I can get out of it is 2 sentences. 1. That I am simply not clairvoyant. You need to tell me what it is you really want. 2. If you're disappointed in something, say so. I can take it, as long as it's not number 1. 3. This dilemma, if I ask you, what's wrong, and you say, nothing. Am I supposed to believe you or call you a liar? I made a pact with my wife. I will ask once if everything is fine. If she says yes, I will treat her as if everything is fine. If she says no, we can talk about it if she wants. This happened because she screamed at me that I didn't care about her problems. At the time, I asked her if she was fine. She said yes. I said, okay. Wanted to the brewery nearby, and apparently nothing was okay. That the reason I shake the gas pump the amount of time I do after I finish pumping gas is the same reason I shake my D after I pee. It's just good sense. Got to get every last drop, you know. That just because I'm quiet in your presence doesn't mean I'm upset. Just means I'm either tired, don't have anything to say, or I'm thinking about something. Yay dude, I feel this one. My default state is sitting quietly. My roommate, however, feels the need to fill every silence she encounters with words. I think that she interprets my quietness as me not wanting to talk to her. When I'm reality, I just have nothing to say at the moment. P at an angle, or the vaunted split stream, usually post ECTION. Sometimes we could use a hug. Or at least a high five. Yeah, that too. Or just a, how are you doing? As much as we're seen as SX crazed pigs, we talk so little about women when we get together for drinks or something like that. And when we do, the topic doesn't last long. Literally can't even remember when was the last time me and my best bud talked about women. We're both single too. Just usually talking about our old friends from school and what they're doing. Cars, our jobs, sport, or politics occasionally. The few times that me and guy friends have talked about women outside of, hey, I think blank is cute. You know if she's available? It's made most of the guys in the group a little uncomfortable, and the guy that brings up the topic has never stuck around my friend groups long. We're still a human, so that's mean we have feelings too, so please take care when choosing your words when you're arguing with us. My ex would say horrible things when fighting, then wonder why I was not in the mood to F her for a few days afterwards. Seriously. I have learned to hate teachers that would teach that sticks and stones rhyme, because the truth is, stick and stones can break bones and harsh words will effing destroy your self-esteem for years, requiring mental counseling, and even then you might never heal. The stick and stones thing works when a 7-year-old calls you a poopy head fart poop face. Not when your spouse says the day I regret most is the day I met you. Also, you're fat. That just because I'm a guy doesn't mean I don't care. I've had women talk to me about guys losing their hair. He's a guy, so he doesn't care. I know a lot of guys who hate being bald or the fact that they are balding and their hair is thinning and hairline is receding. This idea that we don't care about our looks because we are a guy is ridiculous. That men can sit for hours talking and talk about nothing. Too clean for the hamper. Too dirty for the drawer. That's why I put my cargo shorts on the floor. I have a spot in the closet hidden from my wonderful but short wife where pants go for further use. Why we bottle our emotions up. A lot of us aren't great at picking up hints. The problem is that after years of male and female friends telling me things were hints, and then following up on them only to discover that they weren't, I've just given up on hints. The problem with a hint is that if it's subtle enough to be a hint, then it might not actually be anything at all. An itch on my D is way worse than an itch anywhere else.